The Embalulu village was small, quiet and simple, the kind of place where everyone knew everyone else's business. It was a village where gossip travelled faster than the wind, and beauty was both a blessing and a curse. Samantha and Charmaine, the sisters, were the talk of the town. Born into poverty, but blessed with breathtaking beauty. Samantha and Charmaine were undeniably beautiful. Their smooth, dark skin glowed like polished mahogany, and their eyes sparkled with the kind of mischief and ambition that could change destinies. People often mistook them for twins, but while they looked similar, they were as different as night and day. The two girls had grown up under the care of their mother, Oprah. Life had never been easy, but Oprah had done everything in her power to ensure her daughters had food on the table and a chance at a better future. She ran a small vegetable stall at the bustling village market, where she also sold second-hand clothes. Though the money was little, it was honest work. However, the real lifeline of the family came from Aunt Susan, a mysterious figure who lived in the United Kingdom. She wasn't actually their aunt, just Oprah's old childhood friend, but she had always sent money when she could. To the girls, she was a symbol of success, proof that escaping poverty was possible. Despite their similar appearance, the two sisters couldn't have been more different. Charmaine was the village's pride and joy. She was the more reserved of the two. She was gentle, intelligent, and had an unshakable work ethic. She had always been the top of her class and now had a scholarship to one of the best universities in the country, where she was pursuing her dream of becoming an architect. Even though she now lived in the city, she never forgot where she came from. Despite her academic success, she remained humble and still returned to the village whenever she could. She worked part-time to support herself, but most of her money went back home to help her mother. The market, the very place that had helped put food on their table, was not beneath her. Despite her busy schedule, Charmaine always had time for Oprah. She'd take the long bus ride back to the village every few weekends, sit in the small kitchen with her mother, and eat whatever simple meal was available. To her, family was everything. She wasn't interested in flashy clothes or impressing people. She had bigger dreams, dreams of designing skyscrapers, malls, building homes for her mother, and making a real difference in her community. Samantha, on the other hand, had a different outlook on life. She despised poverty with every fiber of her being. Unlike Charmaine, she had struggled with academics. After barely scraping through school, she had managed to complete a marketing diploma. Thanks to Aunt Susan's connections, she landed a job in the city. It wasn't a high-paying job, but it was a golden opportunity for Samantha. From the moment she set foot in the city, Samantha made it her mission to reinvent herself. She was determined to erase any trace of her village roots. She lied about her background to her co-workers, creating an entirely new version of herself. Depending on who you asked, Samantha's mother was either a university lecturer, a doctor, or an attorney. The only truth she never revealed was that Oprah was a poor vegetable vendor. Her salary was modest, but Samantha had expensive tastes. She spent every cent she earned on designer outfits, handbags, high heels, and expensive perfumes. She refused to be seen in cheap clothes. Looking rich was more important than being rich. She avoided her mother like a plague. Whenever Oprah called, Samantha would answer in a hushed tone, acting as if she were busy in an important meeting. She would just say, "Mama, I will call you back." And she never called back. She never invited her friends to her rural home, terrified that they would discover the truth. She even made sure Oprah never visited her workplace, afraid that her colleagues would see through the web of lies she had spun. At her workplace, Samantha had identified her golden ticket to a life of wealth, the young, wealthy directors who ran the company. They were powerful, handsome, and, most importantly, rich. To her, one of them would be her future husband. Look out for part 2 as the story get more interesting. Follow, like and share.